Oh my God, it's working. I've been fiddling with this thing, with this segment for like 10 minutes. Sorry if I'm running late. But today what we're going to do, we're going to go over the flat bands. I know a couple people been asking a workout on how to use a flat. And as you can see, there's like, I don't have like 6 of them here. But these are all, I got them at Target. They're like $15 or something like that. And it comes before we start. Number one, we're going to focus today on core stability, core strength, and actually knee strengthening and stability on the knee. And we're going to do it pretty much on the ground because we're going to use the flat band. And in case you, and you know who I'm talking about, are living in a condo and you don't have much of a anchoring spots like pillars or walls or doors or whatnot, you kind of much on a flat condo, this will be great for you to use. Secondly, as far as the care of the band, like I told you guys the other day, this is one of the bands that I use, Spree. You want to be able to kind of make them last at least 3 to 6 months. So one trick that I learned years ago at the clinic from one of my vendors was that you put a little bit of baby powder on the band itself every time you're done using it. So like the moisture and the sweat from you using it doesn't accumulate, and with time that's when it snaps, okay? And even when they snap, you'll see I have one over here. I'll show you that it's actually snapped, but it's short. It's great because when I need to work on especially short rotators, oscillation and whatnot, it's a perfect size. Overall, you want the band to be about 2 to 3 feet long so you can actually have something to work with. And then last, before we get started, so you don't spend too much time making and undoing knots, you know, like they tell you, or I show you with the tube the other day, don't make a knot because it's really hard to kind of undo them. What I use is simple clip from the bag of chips, and that way you can snap them on. I'm going to show you real quick, so as I go along you don't have to wonder how am I going to keep it together. So I fold them in half, and then just like it's a bag of chips, I go like this and I clip it right there and it stays. Okay, so we're going to start from the bottom up. So hopefully you guys can see me. I'm going to scoot back a little bit, talk you guys through it. Again, like I said, we're going to work on knee stability, knee strength, and overall shoulder and hip stability. Okay, as always, I'm going to use my timer so I can focus on the movement. Set for about 2 seconds and 1 second to recover, or up and down. So it's about a 3 second per repetition. And then last but not least, if you always have any comments or you want to share any inputs or concern like my friend did with her wrist and her knee, just comment or message me directly. Is the best way, and that's what we're going to be working on this because she requested it, so I'm just following up with her. So enjoy the workout, and again, follow along. So starting with I'm going to start with the heavy, not the super heavy, for which this brand Spree is the blue. I'm going to start at the ankle around the Achilles with this. I'm going to start from the bottom up, meaning I'm going to start with my calf muscles. So I'm taking my bag of chip clip, right? I'm going to make, not quite in half, but like 1/4 of the way, about here, right? 1/4 of the length of the band. I'm going to put it like that. I'm going to put it around my Achilles, down here, right? And I'm going to just work my ankles. And then with the other end of the band, you can grab onto it if you want to. You don't have to, but the clip is usually suffice for it to hold. And then just going to move my ankles in a fan way, okay? I just want to get my ankle mobility going. In the meantime, set the timer, get it to go. It's pretty simple. As you can see, you're going to use all this mobility and loosening of your joints later on as we move up towards the hips and the core, okay? So we got about 12 more seconds, and you'll hear the timer. So that beeping that you hear is my timer going off because I just really focus on getting as much range of motion as I can get. Good. There we go. Perfect. Then I'm going to keep the same one because I'm still kind of warming up a little bit. I'm going to move it up above the kneecap. And above the kneecap, what I want to do, I'm going to drive the knee in towards my chest, or at least towards my stomach. And then I'm going to alternate still the same line still clipped in, right? And then I'm just going to drive one knee after the other one. Timer's already going. You guys didn't hear stuff. And if it's too loose, you want it tighter. If it's too tight that you're straining yourself, that means that you need to give yourself some slack. So you just kind of warm it up. Now we're gonna get the hips cooking. There, perfect. You hear that? All right, good. All right, and then the last one is all the way up to the hips. And for that, we're gonna take the entire length of your leg out and in. So we call it abduction and abduction. So again, the timer is set to go, and then we're gonna take the entire. And right now we're just kind of loosening up, getting some mobility, some loosening up on the hips. So it's not that strenuous. I just want to make sure that I don't have any kinks that I need to address. And the same thing you want to do when you do it in your condo. You know what I'm talking about, right? And tonight's location, or today's location, still afternoon out here in the Northwest. I'm in a yoga studio. I've never been in this yoga studio, so I'm kind of excited to see what they got going on. All right, so now that I'm done warming up, I'm gonna go from the heavy to the the extra heavy. So again, I'm gonna fold it in half, and this time I'm gonna start working on my knee leg lift, and it's the knee stabilizer, or not knee stabilizer, sorry, knee strengthening. So again, I'm gonna go around the ankle, around the Achilles, and you might have heard of the leg lift. I want you to see the little tweaks that I do to this so you can benefit. So one foot is going to be underneath you. The other one's going to be straight with your toes up. Main thing is to curl your toes so you feel the quad. If you feel the hips, lean back a little bit, so let the quads work. Right? So here we go. So we're going to go straight leg lift. With this one, you want to go about calf level, not much higher than the knee, right? You should feel it right in the belly of the quad with this one, okay? And like always, we're gonna do 2 sets. We're gonna run it through once with you two guys, but you wanna do it at home twice. And I'm setting up for strength, so it's about a 24, 25 seconds, give or take, depending on your setup, if you need to break it down or whatnot. Now, the same leg, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go after that knee stabilizer muscle, and it's called the VMO, okay? It's this inside the knee. Okay, and it's not so much in the groin through the inner thigh, it's closer to the kneecap, but on the inside of it. And the only thing that you gotta do is turn your foot out, even if the knee bends, because now you're just gonna go maybe to the Achilles height. That's as high as you're gonna go. It's just not that far, but it's gonna really target this guy. So again, anchor pretty tight, and then just lift it up. And I'm just going to about that high. So notice I'm not going up to the calf level. And yes, you do still want to curl your toes to really activate the quad muscles. A cool thing when you start from the bottom up, by the time you get to the hips, you're ready to do your abdominal work, so it's really, really good. All right, so that's your knee strength, knee stabilizer. We're going to do the same thing. Hip strength, hip stabilizer. Now from sitting, we're going to go to kneeling. Same band, we'll just keep with the extra. Sorry, I got messages. People already messaging me with comments and questions. But you want to have this guy steady and then move the leg. So it's the one that you do not move that you want to feel the most. Okay, and my toes are down pretty much. So all I'm doing is moving that leg up without leaning too much. Right. So stabilize here and then just let that leg work at it. And you can make it as tight as you want with this guy. And then we're gonna go this way. Just that. And the less you lean, the better. You want to really stabilize here. Great if you're a tennis player, like my friend Agnes, or my other friend Kathy. If you're playing at the club, at the mat club, this is great because that stop and go. That way you get the butt to stop you instead of the knee muscle. Okay. Now for strengthening of the hips. Then we're going to go still kneeling but on all fours. And now we're going to move the leg backwards and then in. So you're going to move the leg a little bit backwards and then the same movement, you're going to move it off to the side. So they're not on the same line. They're a little bit staggered, for lack of a better term. And then same leg, we're still working the same leg. And we're going to go back. And you'll notice there's that staggered space between them, right? Now, my friend that requested this workout, she also tends to have a history of bad wrists. So this one you can do it on your elbows because we're just working on the hips right now, okay? So feel free to go down on your elbow and do it. But since we're moving up, right? We're just gonna keep it on the hands, all right? So that's my timer. Hopefully you guys are listening to this guy. Now, from above the hip, now we're ready to work after the core a little bit, okay? So now check what we're gonna do with the core. You're gonna put it on the butt fold. I call it the thas, where the thigh meets the ass, and then you wanna go here and then bring it up to your shoulder, okay? And automatically what you just did, you just kind of pin the band between your butt and your feet, okay? And all you're gonna do is close the elbow, the gap between the last rib and your hip bone, and all you're doing is this, okay? So you lock your band heavy, and you go here, close that gap, and there. So you're not going forward, you're not going sideways, you're going in this kind of like a 30-degree angle to really get the oblique muscle. And it's great because if you're sitting, okay, Karen with a C, I know you sit a lot, so this is great for you to work your upright posture from sitting. So again, pin it down there, the tail ends, and then if you have a longer band, you have it tight enough. And you're doing is closing the gap. So it's gonna go here and then close. Oops, forgot to start the timer. There. So we go here to there. So I'm not moving my arms. I'm locking them in. Close the gap. Close the gap. Close the gap. Close the gap. So there's not much of a rotation. It's more like a slanted side bend if you think about it. Okay. And again, the reason for the timer is I can focus on closing that gap between the last rib and my hip bone, my pelvis bone. Yeah, you hear the timer? Right. And again, it's just right into this oblique muscle without straining your back. Okay, you're doing it from the floor. Okay, the last piece of the puzzle, we're moving up to the shoulder stabilizer, and then we're going to work on the shoulders. And this is a good one because a lot of you guys that have weak shoulders for push-up, this is good to use. So what we're going to do, we're going to go like that, pin it down, and then put it around your elbows, like that, around your forearms, like that. Set up your plank. The first is stabilize, so you want to feel it back here, not up there, back of the shoulder. And then we're going to start with the Spider-Man, okay? And the Spider-Man is the one that you bring your foot off the ground, you bring it up to the elbow. Set up your timer, like that. It's tight the whole time, and it's going to go this way to that way. So your foot is off the ground, you bring your thigh to your elbow, and you're alternating. Okay, so we're not doing a push-up. If you want to do it on your elbow, Agnes, you go on your elbows like this, set up your elbow plank, save your wrist, and you still get to your Spider-Man. Okay? And your shoulders, backs of the shoulders are working. Okay? Now, on the same concept, still there on your forearm, then you're going to work on your push-ups. So now, you just want to work through the chest, not the shoulder neck, okay? So keep it tight, okay? So by the time you bend the elbow, it's not that far for you to go to feel the chest muscles working. So set the timer, like that, and then bend the elbows, and then up. And notice the nose is ahead of the fingers. It's not in line with the fingers, it's not behind it. That's when you feel the upper shoulder and it's in front of the fingers. And you don't see me going all the way down because I already feel the chest muscles working. Okay? And you can do it on your knees. Okay? And again, nose in front of the fingers. Okay? And there's the timer again. So like always, we run through it 2 sets. So we run it twice. And today I used the super heavy, okay? I know, Karen, you have extra heavy, which is the black color, so you can work your way up to that level, okay? So we work on stability and strength from the bottom up, from the ankle all the way up to the shoulder, okay? And that's for you, you know who you are, that message me that because you live in a condo, you couldn't anchor stuff on the wall or whatnot. So hopefully this helps you. Again, excuse me, the brand is Spree, and I usually tell people to can find it at Target or something like that. It's like about 15-20 bucks for the packet, not per band, for the packets, which is super good. All right, you guys, I gotta roll because I just got done playing soccer golf, and I gotta get actually to the other side of town in a couple hours. But in the meantime, like always, message me better or comment below if you got any questions like, hey, I got this shoulder problem, I got this ankle problem, how do I do this? We've been working down all the 6 different ways. We got we're up to number 5, so we got 2 more to go, 5 and 6, using the bands, the tubes, the flat bands, the bands with the handles. So give me what you got to work with before you go buy anything, because I'm pretty darn sure that is for strength conditioning. We can make it work with what you have, okay? Keep sending the message, and I'll keep connected with you guys. All right, stay well and be healthy. Bye.